All right, last game here. This is one of my favorite parts because I get to shit on Will because he always is a horrible drafter. Gets shitty teams, but somehow makes the playoffs except for last year. The only reason he came close last year because he made some fake trades with Ty under the table, probably paid him. And I have to remind everyone, Will's a Trump supporter, so he gets knocked points for that because that's ridiculous. But dude, Jimmy Garoppolo, come on, like what are you doing, man? What has he proven in the league? And he's your only QB, so that's terrible. James Conner is good. Everyone did poorly against New England. He's going to bounce back. He's going to be really good. If Cook was off the clock for me, I was going to pick Connor second round. Good pick. Josh Jacobs also, I think, is going to be really good. Not just because he had a big game, but he was a beast at Bama. And Oakland's offense should be decent. Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I like Tyreek Hill also as a player. But he also was pretty boomer bust last year. I remember when I played Brian, I think Brian had him last year. I was lucky because he had like 2 points. This dude can go off for 30 points and do it a lot, but then he also has like some games that he doesn't show up. So, because they have so many weapons. But I mean, he's a good player. And now he's injured, so you have to put someone else in. Julian Edelman, dude, always solid, man. Solid guy, going to give you 8 to 10 points. Evan Ingram is literally the only talented pass catcher that the Giants have, so I think he'll put up big numbers. You asked us who to start at flex. Almost all of us said Eckler, and dude, beast, man. Dude, Eagles D has so much talent, but I remember last year too. They just don't get points. They don't get fantasy points. I feel like it's a waste of a spot to have the Eagles in as your D. Find someone else. Go week to week. Steven Gostowski, always always going to be a good kicker because of their offense and the Patriots. Duke Johnson, yeah, he's good, I guess. But the Houston offensive line is trash. And I think Carlos Hyde got more touches than he did. Good player. Allen Robinson's good, but you also have Trubisky thrown to him, so that brings him down a level. Last year he had some good games, and then he went missing because Trubisky can't throw. Pollard was big waste, big risk, because he got signed, so really no point in having him. Breda didn't do shit, average. Golden Tate, I like the pick of Golden Tate because I think once he comes back, finally the Giants have another weapon. I don't know what's wrong with the Jags D. Obviously they played Kansas City, but last year too they were not good. And Paul Richardson is an injury waiting to happen. Then we have Chung, the Underdogs, changed his team name like 1,000 times. Lamar Jackson went off this week. Well, I did not see that coming. Against the Dolphins, remember it's against the Dolphins, so let's see how they do when they're playing another team. But dude, in the highlights, he has like a weird throwing motion. It looks awkward, but dude, he's like on point, man. Hitting receivers in stride, deep shots, intermediate. He looked really good, so much better than last year. I mean, he can keep this up. He's gonna do really well. Chris Carson, I like Chris Carson. Aaron Jones won't do as good as last year, I think. I like Stephon Diggs. I think he has talent, but like I said, I don't trust the receivers in Minnesota. They're going to run the ball more this year. Cooper Kupp, the same as I said. They're not going to run the ball that much, or not that they're not. They're going to throw the ball a lot, but there's too many receivers. Jack Doyle, no, dude, not that good. Zeke is Zeke. I would have taken him too if he dropped to me. Ravens D was a nice play against Miami. They lost a lot of players, but they did get Earl Thomas, so they can get more turnovers. Alshon, nice. I like Alshon. I like Carson Wentz. Don't trust Miles Sanders because they have like 3 running backs they're mixing in there. Robbie Anderson, hit or miss. C.J. Anderson just had a couple good games before. Cowboys D's are talented, but I feel like they never do well in fantasy, and I've never heard of Alexander Madison. So